everyone, I'm Audius Wolf, and welcome back to more Final Fantasy XIV. I thought I'd start us off with a very, very silly emote. Oh. Anyway, today, as promised, we are running through 5.4. But before that, let's see how Graha's doing. I suppose we ought to take stock of the situation. By forestalling the 8th Umbral Calamity, we have unwritten history. The future now lies beyond my ken. None can say what awaits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not but that we can overcome all trials. We have always done so, have we not? How? Fair of late. Do you mean since I reawakened in this body? The hunger being par for the course, I have no complaints. All appears to be well. Though my memory straddled the lives I have lived, there are no contradicting fragments, which caused me confusion. Yet, by the same token, 'tis a strange feeling to be possessed of my young body again. Even accounting for the crystallization, I do not recall ever being so light and spry. As for my soul, Y'shtola assures me that it is similar to yours, Kaharu. That is to say, it is somewhat denser than others, but otherwise normal. On the face of it, it appears to make sense, but I couldn't help but consider the differences between your circumstances and mine. You, of course, merged with Ardbert, and as similar as your souls may have been, the fact is you were different people. Thus did your soul gain in density. How you were able to merge is another matter. Given what we know of the soul, that you possess distinct memories should have rendered the process more complicated. Though I but theorized, perhaps your strong and shared desire made it possible. In contrast, I simply merged with myself. Whatever additional experiences the older me may have had, my fundamental existence remained unchanged. Mind you, that's not to say I hadn't improved, far from it. At any rate, when our souls combined, it shouldn't have been a process of augmentation, but rather, shall we say, attunement. It seems somewhat strange that my soul has become denser. Or this could be the result of having undergone another rejoining. If so, it would serve as proof of a future that many fought and died to prevent. Lest we forget, my friend. Lest we forget. I'm going to show you my wind-up mistle now. Look at him! Well now, I have my suspicions as to what this is about, but would you be so good as to confirm them for me? Aye, just as I thought. They went ahead with it after all. The artisans of the Mean had come to me with a proposal, you see. In celebration of the knight's return, they asked how I wished to be commemorated, on a coin or as an augmentation. Neither, I replied, for all the good it did. They knew I would be embarrassed. It makes no difference what name they gave it, yet still they did it. A right stubborn lot they are, as befits the people of the Crystarium. They shall be just fine without me, and Lena may rest assured that I do not worry for them. Nevertheless, I shall never cease to pray for their happiness. No longer am I a leader of a nation. Whatever power and influence I may have wielded, I left behind as surely as I left my body. But everything I have ever felt and experienced, all these things and more I have brought with me. You have brought for me. And I shall carry them close to my heart always, unto the end of my days. Anyway, let's actually get started with the patch. Oh, greetings, Kaharu. Come to look in on our friends? Rest assured, everyone is quite well. I've been keeping a close eye on them and have satisfied myself that they are all in fine health. As a matter of fact, they're about to convene in Dawn's Respite to discuss how best to use their pent-up energy. Let's join them, shall we? And I have toast that I will be munching on during voice-acted cutscenes.
Well, my friends, now that we have all settled back into our bodies, it is time we resumed our duties in earnest. Let us speak of our plans.
Yeah. Let's go.
Ever since the Emperor's death, it's been one unsettling rumor after another. I have a mind to pay a visit to Garlemald to ascertain the truth of the matter.
Yeah, we still need to do that.
A prudent endeavor. 'Tis of the essence that we establish the full extent of the threat. Not least if it should prove that Xenos doth indeed orchestrate events from the shadows.
Indeed.
In light of which possibility, I shall accompany thee on thy mission. Be assured that thou shalt find me more a help than a hindrance. Thou requirest another to imbue thine ammunition, dost thou not?
Shut down.
Assuming that's settled, there's something I've been meaning to look into as well.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, everyone!
Oh, hey, Elise. What are you doing
Lise!
You're fine now, right? No more headaches or keeling over?
here? Nah, no more headaches or killing over.
That's right. We're fighting fit and raring to go.
Woo! Everyone's back.
The famous Lise Hext, former scion and hero of the Alamegan resistance.
Yep.
I don't believe we've met. Really? It's so easy to assume that all Archons are acquainted.
But then I suppose your fields of expertise are rather different.
Grahatir, at your service. I have read much and more about your exploits, Commander. It is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
Likewise. The others told me all about you.
Do not be so sure. Words scarcely do justice to the vital role he played in our victory in the first. A more dependable comrade one would be hard-pressed to find.
Oh, right. I did glance at the report. But I'd be lying if I said I understood half of it. Well, that's a lot to take in.
Yep.
Just to be clear, this means we're not heading for another calamity, does it?
That is indeed what this means.
Shorn of their unsundered master's leadership, what Ascians remain shall struggle to see their plans to fruition. And though I would ever advise caution, I believe we may rest easy for a time.
I'll take that as a yes. Even so, I don't know what to make of this business about Hydaelyn and Zodiac being primals.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
A difficult truth to bear, yes. But at last we understand the nature of our adversary. And if there are no further calamities, neither will there be rejoinings, meaning Zodiac will never regain his full strength. Even so, as the oldest and mightiest of primals, he remains a force to be feared.
Yeah, he does.
Though his is a power born of the desire for salvation, we have seen the havoc it may wreak. And it falls to us to ensure that it is never again brought to bear upon this star.
But tell us, Lise, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
What do you mean? Isn't seeing my long-lost comrades reason enough? All right, there was one other matter. I have a message from the Alliance, and before you ask, yes, it's about the Empire. So, after Emperor Varys' assassination, it seems his cousin Nerva made a bid for the throne.
Okay.
The trouble is, he wasn't the only one with designs on it, and it didn't take long for a civil war to break out.
Naturally.
And it's not just in the provinces. Early reports say huge swathes of the Imperial capital have been reduced to rubble.
Of course they have.
The Alliance will soon convene in Alamigo to decide on a course of action, and we were hoping you'd come along.
Well, as it happens, Urianger and I were just this moment planning a little trip to Garlemald. And we should be grateful for any advice the Alliance can provide on how best to make the most of our visit.
Indeed.
To Alamigo, then.
Why don't you go on without me? There's something I need to look into.
Oh, forgive me. You were just telling us. What is it, if I may ask?
I want to find a way to cure the Tempered.
Yeah.
Of course. You think it may be possible to adapt the treatment you used to help those corrupted by the Sin Eaters?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a cure for tempering? But that would change everything. Alize, consider yourself uninvited. Go and find us this cure.
I'll do my best. I was hoping you might join me. Don't worry if not, though. I won't hold it against you if you'd rather attend a stuffy meeting.
What meeting? Lead on!
I knew you'd say yes.
I'll come too. If you don't mind, that is.
Mind? I'm sure they would be glad of your company. Pray, enjoy your time together with your hero.
No. That's not... I mean, I simply thought my knowledge might be of some use.
We shall be on our way then. Godspeed.
Oh, God, it's adorable. Alright. Oh, another cutscene. Okay. This is my life now. When I set out to save Halric, I think Gabu was always at the back of my mind. And having proved that the light corrupted are not lost, I'm convinced that the same must be true of the Tempered. Similar to those corrupted by the Sin Eaters, the ether of Gabu's soul has been rendered stagnant. And though the root cause is different perhaps, the solution is the same. It is by no means an unreasonable hypothesis, Alize, and it warrants full investigation. If there's even a chance we can save Gabu, we have to try. Oh! Hold on. But however much I'd like to race over to Limsa and set to work, there's no room for recklessness. Not when a child's life is at stake. As I'm certain Becklug would remind us, we still know little and less about the soul. Any number of things could go wrong if we don't exercise due caution. And so, before attempting anything, we should learn all we possibly can about tempering. There's just one problem. Research into the condition has long since ground to a halt, and the combined work of the many scholars involved doesn't exactly amount to a wealth of knowledge. Not of the modern scholars, perhaps, but what of their ancient counterparts? I know the Elegans took more than a passing interest in the subject. And if what we seek is to be found anywhere, it would surely be at the Etherochemical Research Facility. Where they experimented on primals and their worshippers, yes? Good thinking. I haven't actually been there myself, but I did read the reports on Oz's Law, which means we'll be needing an airship. Obviously. An airship, you say? Meet me at the northern bank of Silvertear Lake. I've got a little surprise for you. Oh, and come prepared to travel. Let's go. Alright, Tataru, what have you done this time? What have you done this time, Tataru? Why is there an airship, Tataru? I give you the Bonanza, the Scion's very own airship. I built her as a company project with help from our friends at the Rising Stones, and named her for luck and prosperity. Tataru, this is amazing. We'll be able to fly just about anywhere we want. Our garments were impressive enough, but to build an entire airship? I see the in-laws do not exaggerate the many talents of the Scion's fabled coinkeeper. I'd also introduce myself as your pilot, except the training didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped. But that's alright, because we've hired this capable fellow here instead. Hi, dude. The Bonanza is equipped with a full complement of mana cutters, by the way. Feel free to use them to get around as is law. But enough talk. It's time to fly. All aboard! Well, up to as slow we go. Been a while since we've been here. Honestly, Sid would be jealous of the way that airship flies. Tataru has outdone herself. Anyway, here we are on Az's Law, and Alphino's last report did not do the scale of this place justice. Yeah, this place big. This appears to be Helix, which means we stand in the Alpha Quadrant. To the east lies the Beta Quadrant, and... Yes, I believe I have my bearings. Though this is my first time in Az's Law, I do have some familiarity with the place thanks to the records in the Crystal Tower. Unless I am mistaken, this path leads to an aetherite, beyond which there will be an informational terminal. I suggest we begin our search there. Come, tiny Alphino, we away! Where? Oh, right. Just right over here. Hello. And here's the terminal. A moment while I search the archives for references to tempering. Ah, there we are. Icon corruption. An overview. That sounds promising. Indeed. Let us see what this report has to say. Confound it. The contents appear to have been deleted. What? No! Isn't there something you can do? Not from here, I'm afraid. But maybe another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is, where to look? It says here that the report was written by someone named Owen. Is it likely that he kept a copy? I would say that is a distinct possibility. Assuming he was a researcher here, he will have had quarters in the Hemisphere. We can ascertain the details at the Hemisphere Control. Let us return to the Bonanza and avail ourselves of the mana cutters. We will need them to reach our destination. I forgot. You already have a suitable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time accompanying us back to the ship then. We'll see you at the Hemisphere. Oh yes, I have many mounts I can choose from to get me over there. Away! Where am I going? Over here. I'm just gonna fly up as much as I can. Goodness, we haven't been here since Heavensward. Look at this place. It's been a while. It's been a good while since we had to come here. Okay, there's an island over here that I'm going to be landing on. Just gonna do this, so I don't have to fight with any of the other islands while I'm making my way over. Hey, that Garlean airship is still here. Surprised it hasn't left by now. It is this island right here. Whee! If the late Owen did indeed have a chamber here, this noble will be able to tell us of its number. There. From what I recall of the layout, it should be somewhere in the vicinity of... Warning. An excavation order is presently in effect. An evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to the hemisphere is not permitted at this time. Failed again. In all likelihood, the order would have been imposed during the 4th Umbral Calamity, and I doubt it will be lifted in the near future. Energy levels critical. Returning to base for recharging. Well, surely there must be some way to gain access. Forcip, for example. In resort to that, I have an idea. Were we to send a surge of energy through yonder control mechanism, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the locks. As for a suitable energy source, a concentrated lightning shard might suffice. Happily, I seem to recall that they are known to form at points of stagnant ether throughout the continent. You seem to recall? Are you honestly telling me that was in the records too? I am. A report sent to the capital mentioned that lightning-inspected ether was prone to pooling on the continent, resulting in surges that interfered with the equipment. A minor detail, I grant you, but in my role as caretaker of the Crystal Tower, there was no such thing as too much elegant knowledge. Besides, my studies help me to feel connected to the source, to home. I must have explored this facility 1,000 times in my mind, but to finally stand here with the two of you is more exhilarating than I can well express. Now then, the lightning shard. If I may, I suggest to split up and search the beta quadrant. Oh, but beware of sprites. They want to manifest where the ether is stagnant. Now you're just showing off, which makes me think we should make a contest of this. First return here with a shard wins. What do you say? Very well. It would be my honor to come in third. Grah! Grah! Have more faith in yourself. Alright, where am I going? I have to go into the tunnels. Right. Oh, but which tunnel? I hate this place. This place is confusing. Okay, so I think it's in here. I have no idea where I'm going. No, that's not the tunnel. That's not the tunnel. In here? This seems right. Oh, yeah, here we are. Alright, coming at me. And last one. There you are. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of the prize slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the lightning shard is yours. What? No dramatic entrance? You changed. Ugh, you remember that? In my defense, I was caught up in the moment. It isn't every day you meet a nod to God's hero, after all. Well, the contest continues, so you'd better hurry back. Ah, but one last thing. Thank you, Gaharu, for bringing me here. Alright. Let's see if I can figure out my way back to the island. This place, even with flying, this place is very, very difficult to navigate. Ooh, floaty rocks. Alright. Hello, I return. It appears Alice had no luck, so victory is yours. Congratulations. Now then, may I have the shard? What is it that makes you do so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? That is a question I too have asked myself on numerous occasions. I suspect we both could learn a great deal from Gaharu, and not only about the secrets of adventuring. But come, we should attend to our mission. Yeah. Excellent. The system responded exactly as intended. We now have access to the Happisphere. The only one obstacle remains, the security systems within. Should they be triggered, they will make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, pray leave the rest to me. If I am right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Assuming this place works like the Crystal Tower, yes. But if it doesn't, you'll be on your own. I want you to promise us that you'll get out of there at the first sign of trouble. I promise. Wish me luck. Well, nothing for it but to sit tight. Hey, this is familiar. I'm sure this Owen fellow was very learned, but iconic corruption and overview sounds like a studium thesis. We all had to write one. Lest you wonder, mine was about the combat applications of ether. I'm nothing if not practical. Alphinaud's was more physiological, of course. Political, dare I say it. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. A controversial subject, to say the least. He asserted that Charlene's knowledge should rightly be used to protect all life on the star, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. At the time, of course, Alphinaud was utterly convinced of his views and would cheerfully argue to the death with anyone who saw things differently. By which I mean the rows were long. To be fair to him, though, he since learned that to be a little more open-minded, but deep down he still holds fast to that one belief, and I admire him for it. I should have liked to meet the young Alphinaud. For what it's worth, my thesis considered the Alcan civilization as depicted in folklore. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you attended the studium. I didn't. A thesis was required to earn my Archon's mark. It appears that the students of Baldestian convinced me to write one with a promise of unfettered access to forbidden tomes. Though I considered it no more than a means to an end at the time, I will admit it was gratifying to have my efforts acknowledged. Good gods, an Archon's thesis. I shudder to imagine the work involved. But enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes, Owen's archive node. It was awaiting me in his chamber. If a copy of his report still survives, it would be stored in this device. Shall we find out? Oh, it's on. Initializing. Scanning for registered user. User not found. To proceed as a guest, please complete biometric authentication. Verifying. Authentication complete. Guest identified as member of the royal family. I am at your most humble service, Your Highness. It never ceases to amuse me. 'Tis a pity the effect will not last forever. Doga and Nune said as much when they granted me this gift, but until such time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. Search your archive for iconic corruption. Searching. One item found. Iconic corruption. An overview. The report is locked by the author. Please state password. Well, go on then, Your Highness. Tell the Knights to know the password. Right. Let's see. Glory be to Alag. Long live Emperor Zonde. Password incorrect. Please try again. Confound it. Come now, passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance... Password! Did you really just try that? Alize! The notion that the password would be something so inane would be laughable were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of His Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden. What did that thing just call me? Courage. Password incorrect. Again. Be warned that any further inappropriate behavior in the presence of His Highness will not be tolerated. Alright, that's it. I say we dismantle it and manually extract what we need. Now, let's not be too hasty. A single misstep and we risk losing the report altogether. I believe this may be a task for Sid and his colleagues. If anyone can coax Machina into cooperating, it is them. Come, let us further nail back to the Rising Stones. That was great. That was great. That was amazing. I should probably mention that I have yet to meet Sid since waking up. Roundrose did send word to the Ironworks, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. Nevertheless, I assure you my proposal to seek his help is no pretext, however much I might look forward to seeing him again. Him and everyone. But come, let us be on our way. Look at him, all about running. How sweet. Still, it wouldn't do to keep him waiting, shall we? Alright, back to Mordona we go. Oh, there's a Reaper. Hello, Reaper friend. How are you? Goodbye. Okay. Run, tiny alpha, no run! Alright, we have arrived! Hello! Wonderful news, Kaharu. The tower contacted Sid on our behalf, and he is on his way here even as we speak. While we wait, I would very much like to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Would you be so kind, Kryl? As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how best to respond to the recent events in Garlemald. Obviously. According to the challenges from our Dolan allies, the War of Succession rages on, and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears they have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus. Brutus, aren't they the ones who took in Yatsuyu and Asahi? This bodes well. Xenos' movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thank and Urianger will still be able to shed some light on his activities when they return. Until such a time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere in the conflict. And so, thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they have decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of a decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever their intent, this is not a problem easily solved, though Mincins in particular struggle in their efforts, and Alphino and Y'shtola have been called upon to aid them. So long as we are dealing with the Tempered, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But if we can develop a treatment for tempering, then anything is possible. Which is why we must succeed. And on that cheery note, why not make ourselves comfortable in Donsu's fight? I shall sit in as soon as he arrives. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting road to try and solve that conundrum that's been plaguing us since 1.0. Alright, wait and see. did. Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you may have heard, we've had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer. Oh, I would have been, had you not fulfilled your promise. I still struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternate version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What was it? Well, a treatment for tempering. And for the next step, you need to find the password to this Elegon's report. Just so. With nary a clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly, and thus we turn to you. Well, I'd love to say that we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, a Magitech terminal should make short work of identifying the password. I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambros. It contains an Elegon dictionary. Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set it to work right away. Ah, looks like it's finished. Let's see. Freedom. The password is freedom. Huh, short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? I would, milady. Note, open the report entitled Iconic Corruption and Overview. Password, freedom. Password accepted. Opening report. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanisms by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to the alteration of the ether of the soul. Said ether ordinarily exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than another. But when a subject is exposed to the ether of an icon, this changes, the soul taking the properties of the entity in question. By way of an example, exposure to the ether of the fiend, Sephiroth, would cause the subject's ether to become aligned with the element of earth. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with earth-aspected magics, as well as preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. The changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributable to the elemental alignment, however. Further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes umbrally charged or stagnant during the process. This stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon, the thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. In this manner do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanism of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I have set up to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at a great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women all, fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Ammon. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision, and for my impertinence, I have been stripped of rank and title and will shortly be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I've recorded it in hope that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption. End recording. So not even the Allicans were able to find a cure, or rather, were not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Ammon's decision. More importantly, this confirms that stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. True, yet were we simply to reanimate a tempered soul, I fear it would do not but to diminish the soul it would do not to diminish the individual's fanatical faith. Indeed, it may very well intensify it. No, we would somehow need to suppress the primal's hold over the subject at the same time, or risk them ever remaining in its thrall. If we could only make them remember who they were. But of course, memory transference. The process is the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation. That is, limit the effects to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. Through thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the incitements of false faith which had come to dominate the individual's thoughts. I see. The theory seems sound, and our experience treating the light corrupted would help us identify suitable memories for reanimation. But are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated into literal bloodletting. They did, you are right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recreate the mechanism, and I concede that rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basis for a cure. No. No, it will not. Then perhaps it's better that we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable, but this time I believe we have reason to be confident. You see, notes such as this were built with the ability to simulate magics. Which leads me to believe that I may be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. So, if we were able to conduct years worth of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password. But it'll take more calculating power. A lot more. I honestly couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his reports behind a password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait, a password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure and a dictionary wouldn't keep it... Wait, a password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective, I believe their motto was "Through and through technology" or some such. You two, round up as many Magitech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief. Things are about to get very busy. Lucky we have you to help, eh? Right, well Grahati and I configure the terminals. I want the rest of you to procure supplies. Namely, ceruleum to fuel the terminals and ice shards to keep them cool. The more we have of both, the better. Leave the ice shards to me. I'll run up some adventures and go on a gathering spree. In that case, I'll trust Gaharu and Alize with the ceruleum. Use a promissionary note for each of you. We're going to Northern Thanalan, aren't we? Take them to the Sky Steel Manufactory in Ishgard and the ceruleum processing plant in Thanalan. The people there will give you what we need. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe? If it's all the same to you, I'll head to Thanalan. Alright, I haven't been to Foundation in forever, wow. Oh, here I am. Come, tiny Alphino, we away! Look at him run! Look at him run! He's so cute, look at him. Anyway. You stand in the Sky Steel Manufactory. What is it you require? So you're after ceruleum. In that case, please present the note to our engineer at the airship landing. He shall be glad to assist you. Okay. Over here. Let us away. Boop. I arrive. Hi. I request aid. Ceruleum, you've come to the right man. Fair warning, though, the price has shot up on account of the uncertainty with the Empire, so I hope you've got the coin. Ow, my wrist. Well now, promissionary report from the note from the Ironworks. Don't see many of these. It's not a problem. It's as good as gold to me. Hello.
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places.
Oh, it's been a while, Emmerich. And Lucia.
As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem.
Yep, so we've heard.
To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course.
Smart.
Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find.
Yeah, he tends to be.
I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day?
I know. Adventure business as usual.
A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed.
It could very well, yeah, if we're successful.
Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it.
Oh, thank you.
In this matter, You may count on Ishgard's full support.
Thank you. Bye. See you at some point, probably. Wow. You guys have been busy, haven't you?
Oh, who would have thought ceruleum weighed so much? Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it. Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
Yeah, apparently.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals.
Yay!
Thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
Nero!
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering. But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
For all the effort it took to track you down after your latest disappearing act, you could find the cure for death, and it wouldn't be worth the trouble.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 parts to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin. All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
Yay! Oh, the tire's falling asleep. Oh, everyone's falling asleep.
Damn it. It's overloading.
She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close! So very close!
Oh!
Oh, God.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There! No. I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
Yeah!
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
Oh.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
And we will go on and find it. Yeah. At long last, we have our cure. In theory, at any rate, we cannot be certain until such a time as we put it to the proof, but I am quietly confident. Well, if it were to test it on someone, then I suggest Gabu. His symptoms are relatively mild. As long as you exercise due caution. Yes, as long as we exercise due caution, it will be fine. Without further ado then, let's make for Limsa. We've kept Gabu waiting long enough. I am coming for my son. Ah. Oh god. Okay, keyboard. Can you please work, please? Ethernet, the app castle. Come on. Well, this is the moment of truth. I'll have our host bring Gabu to us at once. Come on.
Apologies for the wait.
Gabu, have you been good?
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
Fancy meeting you here.
Hello.
Alphino Yushtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
Of course.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment? Using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith.
Yep.
While Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul.
Oh, bless me.
Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic. Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Most likely, yeah.
Ah, nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable.
Yep.
The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether.
Naturally.
And, as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Well, I, for one, would be glad to assist.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
Excellent. With your permission, then, let us begin. Yes, this will do. And now, it's my turn. Tis done.
You okay?
No small amount indeed.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allegans did not. It was never like to be easy.
Well, you have a point.
The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one. I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
Of course.
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
Yeah.
Twould seem our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
Yeah, you two must be exhausted after that. this seems a good spot as any to have a rest.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago. I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even.
No.
But Alisaie refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation.
Yeah. Great.
However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
Well, if it's any consolation, she's in awe of your work.
She told you of my graduation thesis. How very embarrassing. Nonetheless, it is comforting and not a little surprising to hear that I'm still capable of impressing my sister. On the rare occasions I'm not annoying her, that is.
Oh, Alisaie!
Alisaie, are you all right?
The treatment. Did it work?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Gaboo!
It's okay.
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan. But I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always. So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alisaie's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gaboo. They helped him to hold on.
I'm so proud of you, Gaboo.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alisaie. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them?
Yes, we can. All of them.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use. As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alisaie was able to heal Gaboo alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul, It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence. All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gabu, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then, the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of Porkses, would it not?
Yep.
Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source.
Oh, probably.
Not that I am any authority, of course.
Yet there is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya, the real one.
I have to go now, Gabu. But the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Alize. Thank you.
It's okay. As she will be at pains to remind me, I have now paid Master Matoya a visit since returning from the first. But this seems as good a time as any. Come, let us make for her cave. Alright, let's go to Edelshire. Away, Ixion! Oh, wait, it's this direction. Hello, Alexander. How are you doing over there? Ha. So peaceful. Nighttime in games are always so peaceful. Oh, I forgot that that thing was there. Yes. But forget about that. Almost there. Here we are. I take it you're ready to bear witness to the joyous reunion of master and pupil? Very well.
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away. And for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay. By a handful of years.
Yeah, we all know how much you want to go back, Y'shtola. We all know why.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
How remiss of me. Grahatia is my name, and I am proud to call myself a scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Alag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day.
You're getting quite proficient with that, Alize.
So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create porxes with the power to stir the soul.
Yes.
Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother porxie, as it were. Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
Alright, off to my old workshop then. Everyone required to make your familiar is there. Everything required to make your familiar. That may be, but no one has set foot in there since the Exodus. I dread to imagine what has become of it. Oh, there's sure to be a handful of feral familiars and may have a monster or two, but nothing to trouble the likes of you. You can consider cleaning up the place payment for my help. Of course. Fine, we'll do it. Good girl. Now, if there are no other objections, I suggest you run along to the Maker's Quarter. I'll send one of my pirogos ahead to let you into the workshop. You need only tell him who you are. One can't be too careful after all. Off you go. I love Matoya. She's great. Alright. Come, tiny Alphino, we away! On the Sophia Burb. Nice. Alright, over here. Hello, Alexander. How has your slumber been? You're just sitting there. Just sitting there. Doing Alexander things. Which one of these buildings again? I think it's the one I'm heading directly for. I think. Down we go. Yep, here we are. The Unwashed? What the hell kind of a title is that? Greetings, Ribbit, and welcome to my good mistress's relic. Pirogo Rogo is my name, and I am honored to be your guide. Within you will find a space dedicated to the makings of familiars, along with a cavern wherein the requisite ingredients may be had. I must warn you, however, that the place has not played host to a single soul, much less a broom, in over 15 years, and will, I regret, be in some disarray. But rest assured, my brothers and I shall see to it you do not lose your way. Now then, Ribbit, only say the word, and I will show you in. Let's go. Yeah.
I stand ever ready.
I'm taking Graha with me. Let's go. Nice. Oh, heck.
Right. To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients.
Of course.
Listen well to what the Pirogos say, or you'll wish you had.
There you go. We need to harvest some clay. Clay clock cauldron through this portal. Okay. Whee! Yes, it is indeed in good shape. Oh, I can do that easily enough. Yeah. the music in this dungeon was. Whoop. Onward. Oh, I forgot to eat food. There we go. Nope, that's a bad. One left. Cave mantis. Okay then. Yes, please. Whee! Okay. Attacking Alize, leave her alone, good lord. Get back here.
Leave the healing to me.
There you are. Can you guys not just attack the same thing? Yeah, well, it is, but you know. Ooh. Hello? Son of Ziggy? Are you serious? Oh my god.
Leave the healing to me.
Yeah, I know, Alphino. I'm leaving the healing to you. I can't heal. I'm a tank. Oops. Let's not start with that. Away! Yeah, I see him, I see him. Okay, so that's the 10 bucks. Got it. Oh dear. Steam, you can help. There we go. Now you guys might want to get out of the way. Alize! How did you dodge that? here. Ooh, no, the steam cannot play. Whoops. You guys took that AoE. Nice. Ooh, materia. Where? Portal! Bye! Did you carbuncle despawn or something? Watery portal. Whee! Oh yeah, most certainly. Okay, going to turn you guys over this way. Go. Treasure chest. Treasure chest. Oh, hello. Chest was a trap. I don't care, I still got it. I can't really tell. This one has the least amount of health, so I don't understand their AI targeting system, honestly. Alright. Neat. That's a lot of fish. Alright. Come on, look at me. Okay, that's the one I was gonna attack died, so there we go. And down here. I'm not going to ask how those hid in the water. I guess we don't know how that happened. attacking this one. Keep your eyes on me. Whoops. How dare you? Okay, this is just kind of gross, honestly. I don't like this. I don't like this. Get away from me. Ew. Go away. I don't like this at all. Nope, nope, I do. Go away, go away. Ugh. Oh. There's the boss.
Let's give them a go!
Go, Alize! What a fucking fun! Whoops. Whoops. Alright, come on, guys.
Allow me.
Go ahead, Yaha. Did you expect that to do something? Over here. Come on. Come on. There you go. No, please. Idiots. Almost got me. Almost got me. Come on. Leave the healing to me. Avoid the water spells. Avoid them.
Stubborn.
Oh! That happened? That's okay, that's okay. We can still do this. We can still do this. I must have not been out of range as I thought I was for that one. Or it appeared in a spot where I just couldn't see it. One of the two. That is A-okay though. You just gotta get back up to in. There it goes. Sprint! Sprint, 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 sprint. FNO keeps trying to summon his Moonstorm Carbuncle, but I just dashing on ahead. Okay, FNO, do your thing. Okay, try again, try again. Careful. For the water to Gray, come out to play.
Stubborn.
Yeah, quite stubborn, aren't they? Wow. Because we weren't on the platform to get hit? Maybe that would be why? Think about that?
Stubborn.
Bring that to the middle. Got you. Yeah, look at that. Neat. Oh, look. Suddenly water. Interesting. Yep, we gotta fire up that big thing in there. Away we go. Ooh, I forgot how colorful this place was. Not even the color of licorice, it's green. Oh my god. There we go. Whoops. You missed. Oh dear. Quite intense. Keep their eyes on me. Look at these bully boys. Look at these bully boys. Let's go there. Moving forward. Neat. Relic slime. Marshmallow, Bavaris, syrup! Are you serious? Oh god. This is the worst thing is the green syrup that Toru discovered. Whoopsies! Let's not get caught in this. Whoops. No. Aliens are bad. There's good. Let's just do that. Treasure coffer. Okay, some of you are attacking the full bag, some of you are attacking the pudding. Make up your minds. I got it. Oops. And my keyboard is that not respond. Wonderful. Yep. Interesting. Away we go. Oh, that was very curious.
Right then. Let's get this over with. Newborns are wont to be difficult. Show her who's in charge.
More porcelain, Mother Porksy. Alright. Oh, which way? This way. Alright. Let's go show the Porksy who's in charge. Don't show any fear, they can smell it. Go Frey! Nice.
Leave the healing to me.
Ellie, say go up from underneath the Porksy.
Allow me.
Where'd that come from? Ooh, there she is.
Allow me. Almost got you down. Almost got you down. Bye, Frey. Ow. Come on. Come on. Allow me.
Ellie, say go. Or not. Oh. We did it. did it. Treasure coffer. Thank you. Goodbye.
There we are. Quite tame.
Nice and calm.
Then all that remains is for me to imbue her with the magic. My friends, I'm afraid I must trouble you for your ether once more. That should suffice.
Yeah.
Good. Let's set her to work then, shall we? I want to see some porksies. Assuming that is, someone can spare the requisite energy.
Woo! Let's go.
A mere drop in the ocean for the great sorceress Matoya, I dare say. Excellent. Our very own litter of Angelos. And we can make as many more as we want, simply by providing the Mother Porksy with additional ether.
I will require a moment before I try again.
It's still hard work, but a damn sight more efficient than making them one by one. Thank you, Master Matoya. Everyone. We're a step closer to our goal.
Yeah!
Distributed amongst the allied nations, they should do much to facilitate closer dialogue with the beast tribes. And given their present travails, I believe our friends in Limsa Laminsa should be the first beneficiaries.
Yeah!
Agreed. Though I must leave this errand to you. I doubt my legs will carry me out of the cave, much less to Vilbrand. Thank you for taking the lead in gathering the ingredients. I expect you would benefit from a rest too.
In addition to the porksies, I trust you've gained an inkling of how much effort goes into the creation of familiars. Or mayhap you attribute your struggles to old age.
If I said yes, would it persuade you to treat me like an adult?
Not with that pertness, it wouldn't. Anyway, assuming you have no other favors to ask, I shall be leaving.
Bye! Right, to Limsa then. Unless you wonder, Master Matoya has returned to her cave with Y'shtola. They are peas in a pod, are they not? Yay! Well then, my friends, let's return to Limsa Lominsa and deliver the good news to the Admiral. A word to the officer in Bulwark Hall should be sufficient to secure us an audience. And off we go. Oh, bless me. Goodness. Wait, no. I have to go this way. Here we are. Like a Haru, ever a welcome sight. Tidings for the Admiral, you say? She is persistently receiving guests, but for the silence, I know she will make an exception. Oh, she's presently, sorry. Follow me. My friends, what brings you here this day? Is this true? I'm a navigator, a cure for tempering. As often as I've been in awe of you, Scions, I would not have thought it possible. And yet it is, Admiral. We have done it. Here in Limsa, a production of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks, truly. This will do much to advance the cause of peace, yet I fear it will take more to close the rift twixt man and beastman. Even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. For though summoning and the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. 'Twas I who moved that the Alliance renewed its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores, come 7 centuries past, we Lominsians have been at odds with those who share our island home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahuagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaimed to all who'd listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. And I thought it high time that I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Vilbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Aye, acting through a friendly faction among kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with a prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message. Though they are but one of the 3 pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. I am given to understand that their leader, Captain Heelfer, has been bedridden for some while with an ailment of the lungs. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads, a man named Sicard, but recently risen to prominence among the ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked the Yellowjackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned naught of any value. Leave it to us. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever this Sicard wants, we'll find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learned then. Good luck. Right. By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know this Sicard. If you could approach the Pirates Kaharu, the rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. Away we go. Wait. We have to go up. Up. Make It Rain event is currently going on, so we'll be seeing some of that in the cities. Eh? You want to know about Sicard? He's a wily bugger is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and traded it for a Moonskat's place at Old Hilfer's side. There was a time we raced the executioners for our pick of the Empire's fleet, but the Guardians are gone, and them days with them. Owing to which we've all of us had to look for other ways to make ends meet. With that jumped up, built rat Sicard line of the juiciest, whatever it may be. Not that we sirens our struggle in mind. We do well enough garden fishing boats from the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of the produce for our trouble, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass to our sisters, as can't sail on account of getting old or wounded or with child, and they cook it up and sell it for a pretty profit. Simple. Oh, I miss the old ways, don't get me wrong. But when I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all that bad. Aww. And now we go to the other pirate captain. All the way on the other side here. Run, tiny elfino, run! Here we are. Curious about Sicard, are you? As am I, my friend, as am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the Thalacrossi permits us to attack only Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the sea since the Empire turned in upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East, but the Executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine why they would willingly abandon the old ways. So how then? Are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they are not like to share it with their rivals, but mayhap you'll have more luck. Alright, Alpha. Where am I going? Okay, so I can just use the Ethernet shard to teleport back. Alright, let's go. Woo. Hello, Alphino. I see everyone has returned. Now, who would like to go first? So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sakaar turned the executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to the tavern's keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before. But no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they are coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbor Herald. The publication has been investigating some secret of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Hoary Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proven correct. Despite ever-worsening relations between the beast tribes and the Thalacrossi, the Lassocrassi, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the Kobold and Sahagin lack the means with which to summon them. Do you mean to say the executioners are divesting them of their crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, yes. Though we have no hard evidence as yet, we must investigate further. Agreed. So how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I already have taken the liberty of making certain provisions. Have you now? During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that the wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Linz and Lominsa, offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. The man is due to be at Ocean's Embrace in Lower Lenosha shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. Lower Lenosha. Can I just Ethernet? I think there's a gate out to Lower Lenosha from Limsa? Oh yeah, there is. Whee! Away we go. That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait, if he truly is in league with the bloody executioners, surely he will be wary of those allied to the Admiral. The Scions not least of all. Compared to yours and Karu's, mine is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of the buyer. Graha is right, and even if you weren't recognized on sight, you look too genteel to be mixing with society's underbelly. Genteel? Not very well. I leave it to you, Graha. Genteel. Got business with me, Catboy? You're the crystal wholesale sailor? That I am, but you're no merchant. So what do you want the crystals for? Don't look at us, you idiot. You'll give yourself away. Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? And you need crystals to make staves like that fine specimen you've got there. That's right, I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use naught but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares. Well, we don't invite just anybody into our storehouses. Takes time to establish trust, you understand. Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. Alright, it's plain that's no ordinary crystal adorning your staff, so I'll make an exception. Come with me. Yeah. Yeah, he's so cute. Why is he so adorable? It seems to be working. Let's follow them. I mean, whatever works, right? Whatever works. Boop, 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 boop. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-do. Where are we going? Ah, that's where we're going. Okay. Hello! How are you? They went into that tunnel. Quietly now. You won't find any finer, especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them, if that's your worry. They're from Okamoro, if you take my meaning. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So, how much do you want? Okamoro. Take it from the kobolds, just as we suspected. That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around. Slowly. Oh, hello. I'm Sicard, acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. No need to introduce yourselves. We know who you are. Scions. And we also know you've been chatting to the Admiral. Got eyes and ears everywhere, see? Comes as being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So, we've established you ain't here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? You're bold to reveal yourself to us knowing our objective, but that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, and so I shall return the favor. We came here to learn why the Bloody Executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa Lominsa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag, but it don't say nothing about beastmen. The only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet is because we don't want no one taking our business. Wait. Just listen to the end, will you? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours. Her, especially. While the Maelstrom were worrying about dirtying the fancy red clobber, you lot stormed Olgamoro and battered Bleeding Titan himself. Raised him up too when I heard the news. And now we're following in your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon their stinking gods again. Practically your successors we are. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa and went after him. But with the Garleans gone, there's no one left to ply our trade on except the beastmen. So let us have that, eh? It's only fair. Contentious though some may find your views, it is true that you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face, and thus the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa Lominsa has some other cause to hide in a cave. Well said indeed. Alright, I'll meet with the Admiral. I'll even provide the venue, the Estelicia. I trust she won't turn down the invitation. Suspicious. I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limsa Lominsa are not to be trifled with. But all's well that ends well. Grahatia's timely provocation had the desired effect, and Sicard has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to Limsa Lominsa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Back to Limsa. Poof. Here we are. Kaharu, your companions already reported to the command room. Will you be joining them? Of course. Welcome back, my friends. What news? They have been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Suffice it to say, I accept I accept Sakar's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the Scions present to bear witness. Oh, Lord.
Look who's come crawling! Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, Captain of the Bloody Executioners, at your service.
Apologies, I just smacked the plate on my desk. I am so sorry about that.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
There, so I don't accidentally hit that again.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the Beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Oh dear.
Too bloody right!
Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take!
Piracy has no place in our future.
Well said.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place.
Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores.
Yep.
Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then? Or shall we embrace change and thrive like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
Oh dear. Ooh.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
It's the captain!
Captain Ilfir!
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, at the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything ye want. We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand 'cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You've the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye.
wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud... Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
I am very sorry about that, a phone call I thought I was supposed to have on Monday ended up being something I had today, so, I'm very sorry about that, but I'm back. Let's continue on. Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee Helfer would intervene. But full glad I am that he did. 'Twould have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace amongst ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbors. Now I need hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grip of their gods. And so in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Triton's influence. Leave it to us. We will open his ears to reason. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Yes, hello, Mr. Midnight. Some 15 years past, when the Sahagin swarmed our halls in even greater numbers, Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. To men all shall go the bounty of the sea, to kobolds shall go the bounty of the land. An ostensibly equitable arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Aye, inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Lenosha, which the kobolds believed theirs. And that's my mother yelling in the background. Please ignore that. She's on a call with somebody, so, you know. Bloodshed followed, then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went, till every elm of Vilbrand bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is the present, fresh and raw. And with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their tempered. Admiral, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Bait. They would welcome us into their midst not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I'll wager they will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meaning the High Priest will need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely. He is the fish I would catch, but he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold side would jeopardize our chance at peace, and there may venture founders. Yet it need not. Why would we employ the Conqueror's chain? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbeard used to take goods and not life? Aye, that would serve. Well done, Marshal. So, friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative. And we may oh god, I can words, I swear. And we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which Alisaie would be defenseless. Even should we all look to her protection, I am not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tasleen would do, and had I not followed her example, I wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. So I'm going to cure that priest or die trying. I believe in you, Alisaie. And I believe in you too. You and everyone. I know you keep me safe. It is settled then. See to your preparations and make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there anon. Alright, let's go to Camp Overlook. Away! Here we are, here we are, here we are. Afanel wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. Indeed, and should you want for ether, you need only say the word. Gabu, did you follow us here? There's something important I want to say to the High Priest. Express stage say. Please let me come with you. Please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you'll stay here where it's safe, alright? My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning the crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure at the Navel. If you are ready, let us proceed to Ogamoro Mines at once. Water pony. Water pony. Okay. Yeah, we're going to where the etherite thingy is in here. In we go. Whoops. Nope, that's not the way. Oh goodness, it's easy to get lost in this place. Here, go down here, and then go here. Here we are. This etherite will bear us to our quarry. Should he make to summon Titan, as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all hells will break loose, and we'll have an army of kobolds to entertain till Elise's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them, and then let Einzar do the rest. Einzar? It is time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond this squall. Let's go. Ooh.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufistvin, Admiral of Limsa Laminsa. I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye. Just as we thought.
Yep.
Now, Alize! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me!
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Go, go, go. Ooh.
We must protect Alize!
Okay.
There!
You're in my sights.
Woo! Get him, Admiral.
You're in my sights.
Get him! Nice. heal up. Nice.
Just what we need. You're not alone.
There. Come on. Whoops. That's
You're in my sights.
Get him, Whip. Nice.
Here you are, Alize.
Come on, Alize. Oop. Whoops. Nope, nope. Bad bombs. I got you.
More! I need more ether! Just a little more!
Yes! Oof. Oh, she down. Frey, need your help. Woo! Spiller. Ouch. Oh god. Come on. Do your worst. Split, split. Got you. Do it, Alize, do it.
Yes, this will do. Here I go.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Go, Angela.
Go. Yes. Yes. Come on, come on, come on. Wake up.
Did it work?
What?
Look. Oh, I forgot about those guys.
What is the meaning of this?
Yeah, that's good question.
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, 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 no!
Oh, honey.
Why? Why would I do such a thing?
You are in your right mind, hon. You were in your right. Oh, they're running away.
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, goodness. What, Midnight?
Gaboo! What are you doing here?
Gaboo!
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it. And you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already. So please, end the suffering.
Oh.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
Yeah.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None, and I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter, of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsans, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation.
That is true.
In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Lominsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. There will be no more man and beastman, just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world. If you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Oh, Gabu.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole. I fought. I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to. That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die. Though it isn't much, My life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gaboo does. And I will trust him.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Yay! Twould seem we have found a way forward with the kobolds. Next, we will have to help the Second Order free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, and it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest. But reach them we will, however long it takes. I would like to say that I was in your debt, but that has long been true. So instead, I will say thank you for helping us plot a new course not only for Limsa Lominsa, but all Eorzea.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Yeah, our job here is done. Or not.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
What in the world is that?
Oh, hello.
A tower.
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea.
That's not good.
Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
And there are the towers. Thank you, game. I don't currently care. I'm busy. Oh, she's right there. Hello, Lise.
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Yes, please.
Rogue preserved!
What? What's happening? Oh, Lord.
It can't be.
The palace! After them!
You're here. Good.
Hello?
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why, even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck.
Is that Asahi?
Yep.
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Yep.
Oh! You saw straight through it. Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before.
Probably because we have.
Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandaniel,
And may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
The towers, what are they for?
My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days, to which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Ascians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire.
Oh, joy.
And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
Of course it is.
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering!
You are super unhinged.
I'm different, you see. From the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers, and this very star our stage.
Whoop. Ooh. Ow. Oof. Oh, the garden.
Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
You sure? Okay. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We've managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Raubon, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Merle tells me, you'll do some time off duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well. But if you need our help, don't hesitate. And take care. Both of you. Well, back to the Rising Stones. After that, that is not a good thing. Most certainly not. Come on, Tiny Elf, I know. We must return to the Rising Stones. Hey, we're back. Ah, you're back too. Good, we've received the reports from the Alliance. Since we are all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events in Alamigo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. You're not gonna like it, Kryle. No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable but for the endless variety of our foes. This Fandaniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Unhinged perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We only know that he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature certainly did resemble the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Fandaniel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think it more probable that this is some kind of manner of simulacrum born of Ascian magics. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Y'shtola? I have been to see the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their tempered, I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Ul'dah and delivered the porksies to her grace, along with detailed instructions on their use. Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The immortal flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amalja when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amalja claim that a number of their kind have been abducted, and that men are responsible. Not as known of the perpetrators as yet, but the immortal flames went about investigating the abductions. They came upon one of Fandaniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Eorzean phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Yongsha. They would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little for now save remain vigilant. And since we are dealing with a dragon, ostensibly at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Estinian! Estinian? Now just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lands, I would be the first to welcome it, but the truth is, we will struggle to even find him. You let me and Kryle worry about that. We'll sniff him out, no matter where he's hiding. If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him regardless, so if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the city-states and educate them on the use of proxies. They will doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You would be fresher for the tasks ahead. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. 'Twas ever the way. The world often needs saving. And save it we shall. I, for one, do not intend to allow this nihilistic madman to take us all to the grave with him. No one in the future holds such promise. Nay, I will do all in my power to protect those whom I hold dear, just as you have always done. Meanwhile, somewhere in the locks... Oh, there's another tower.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Glory be. Glory be to Garlemald!
Whoops. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Yeah, your sword is still broken, dude. Or not. That's a new sword, I think.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing her that you await her coming, though I confess, I may have singed her a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me.
Oh, over dramatic fool.
Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
Yep. Okay then. You broke that just by stepping on it. Wow. I'm not going to question that. And that was 5.4. We just have 5.5 left, and then we're filing into Endwalker. Which we will do 5.5 and the first little bit of Endwalker next week. Thank you for everyone who joined me today. Thank you for everyone who watched the video afterward. And I will see you for 5.5. Later.